We have some major breaking news. It has been announced that Kyle Larson will run the NASCAR Xfinity Series race in Indianapolis for Hendrick Motorsports. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, we had some pretty massive major breaking news this morning, as it has been announced and confirmed that Kyle Larson will drive in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here's the statement for Hendrick Motorsports. The reigning Brickyard winner is doubling up. Kyle Larson will run the Xfinity race this Saturday in the number 17 Hendrick car Chevrolet. Kyle Larson has made 2 starts prior to this year in 2025 in the number 17 car. He had the dominant car at Homestead Miami Speedway, led 120 or 130 out of the 100 and 200 laps, something like that took place in the event. But unfortunately got a terrible push by Sam Mayer near the end of the race, ended up finishing 4th instead of picking up the win eventually. Then at Bristol Motor Speedway, he got behind the wheel of the number 17 machine, and he put up a dominating clinic, leading 276 or 277 of the 300 laps, and nearly lapping a majority of the field in the event. He's also made one other start in Xfinity Series competition this year, that being at Texas Motor Speedway in substitution for Connor Zilisch, who unfortunately sat out due to a back injury, and Kyle Larson picked up his second Xfinity Series win of 2025. He'll be coming to this weekend looking to pick up his 3rd Xfinity Series win of the year, and I believe this would be his 7th win across the board. He's got 3 Cup wins so far this year, 2 wins in Xfinity, and 1 truck win so far, that coming at Homestead Miami Speedway. This announcement is definitely a little bit surprising, though, considering, if I'm not mistaken, Kyle Larson was originally scheduled to be in the booth for the CW. So could he maybe perhaps be the CW in-race reporter potentially? Or could he be doing some stuff if he gets out of the race perhaps? That could certainly be a possibility. But I'm definitely shocked to see this because, like I said, when they announced it, all the reporters, the people that were going to be in the booth, up with people like Parker and Jamie and Adam throughout this year, I really thought Larson would be in the booth fully, so I guess maybe that has changed at this point. Maybe Larson's going to do Iowa instead, and maybe they're going to swap people around and maybe move Larson back there. That could certainly be a possibility, but I'm not sure at this point. But Kyle Larson absolutely will come into this weekend as probably the odds-on favorite to win the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Now, granted, there is going to be a lot of competition. Connor Zilisch, who he substituted for, has been on a hot streak. Connor Zilisch, in the last 8 races, has scored 8 top 5 finishes in a row, with the worst finish of 5th, and his average finish being like a 2.1 or 2nd place finish. Connor Zilisch's numbers have been great. Justin Allgaier has also been very, very good this year. That 7 car has been absolutely on fire in 2025, and I do expect that Justin Allgaier is going to be a major, major factor for the win, as he won year prior back in 2018. You got to think the Haas factory cars are going to be really strong. They were really good here last year when the Stewart Haas Racing. Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, I think are going to be really, really good. And then, of course, you have Eric Almirola. Eric Almirola nearly won this race last year. Almirola had a really fast and really, really strong car, and I think he's going to have a very good chance and opportunity here to potentially be up there contending as well for the win. Eric's already gotten a win this year, that being at Phoenix. I think he's going to be very fast in the event. But the 17 cars had a lot of speed this year in NASCAR Xfinity Series competition. Obviously, we saw Kyle Larson, like I mentioned, win at Bristol Motor Speedway. Probably should have 2 wins already this year. He's been 2 for 3 so far in Xfinity competition. Then William Byron, of course, got behind the wheel at Charlotte Motor Speedway and, of course, went on to pick up the win. And then we've seen other drivers get behind the wheel, get close. Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott, both have got behind the wheel, nearly won. Of course, Chase Elliott's team kind of got disqualified after Pocono for some sort of violation on the spoiler, if I remember correctly. I don't remember exactly for sure, but Chase Elliott had a really good car at Pocono, though Zilisch ended up picking up the win after Elliott and Allgaier got into a little bit of an issue near the end of the race. They gave the chance for him to get there. And then we seen Jake Finch get behind the wheel. Jake kind of struggled a little bit, but he did salvage a top 20 finish. No one should have expected Jake to go in there and win. And Corey Day's also driven in that car so far this year, and I think that Corey has gotten better as the year has progressed and went on. He didn't have the best finish there, but I do think he'll be very, very good throughout the remainder of the race. I think Corey Day may start getting top 10s and top 5s a little more consistently as we do get through the remainder of the year, as he does get a little more experience. As for Larson's chance to win, again, he's the odds-on favorite. That 17 car, like I said, has been one of the fastest cars all year. It comes out of that Junior Motorsports stable, and the Hendrick engines have been so dominant this year. Think about the Junior Motorsports team as well. They have 11 wins so far in Xfinity competition, but I think there's anyone that can deny the opportunity for Junior Motorsports to get that 100th win in NASCAR Xfinity competition this weekend at least. I certainly think it's going to be Kyle Larson because, again, Larson is the odds-on favorite to win. I think he's going to have a strong chance and a really great opportunity to get it done, and I think unless you have some other Cup guys that come in, which we could see some Cup guys come in, I'm not sure who's in the 19 car this weekend. It might be Riley Hurst, it might be Ty Gibbs, I'm not entirely sure. As you know, Eric Almirola's behind the wheel, so I'm wrong on that. And we're going to have some other guys that are raced this weekend. But again, I do expect Larson to be a pretty big factor. That 17 has been really, really good this season. That car's had a lot of pace, a lot of speed, and I think Larson will have a good chance and opportunity. And going back to Larson real quick, Dover ran very well for Larson. I think having this extra experience, Larson has said this multiple times, having the extra experience behind the wheel has really, really helped him. Think about this week, for example. Larson had a very, very good week at Dover Motor Speedway. He finished fourth, had a very fast car, and was in contention to win that race. We have not seen Kyle Larson do that a lot in recent weeks, where Larson's been a major, major factor. But I think he will I think he's got a very good chance to sweep in the weekend, at least at Indianapolis, considering Kyle Larson also comes in as a defending winner of the Brickyard, and I think Larson is probably going to be the car to beat in the NASCAR Cup Series event. They're going to bring a very fast and really strong car. I expect this to be a really good weekend for Larson. I think it's going to be a strong weekend for that 17 team, and I think most likely the winner is going to come from the Chevy camp or the Hendrick camp, whether that's a Junior Motorsports car or a Hendrick Motorsports car. That is to be determined at this point, but like I said, I think it's going to be really tough to beat that driver into 17. I think the Junior Motorsports cars are going to be strong, like I said, but I think at the end of the day, if Larson could be up there contending for the win with the prior experience he has, I know the Xfinity car drives a lot different than the Cup Series car, but Larson has experience here from racing here many, many times, whether it's Cup or Xfinity competition. I think, again, it's the first time I think Larson's ran an Xfinity Series race at this track since maybe 2016 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But like I said, I do expect Kyle Larson to be a major, major factor for the win. I think Hendrick is going to bring a really fast and really strong car. And I think Larson will absolutely be the guy to watch out for. Though I do think you'll see some other guys be really, really good. We'll see what happens this weekend. But I expect Larson to be the absolute odds-on favorite to win Xfinity. I think Zilich is the odds-on favorite of the rest of the field that might be able to challenge him. But at the end of the day, I think most likely Kyle Larson will be the one to come across that line first. I think Larson is absolutely the odds-on favorite to win the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Expect that number 17 to be really, really strong. So that is going to be today's special breaking news report on Kyle Larson driving the 17 car for Hendrick Motorsports at Indianapolis. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Turn notifications on so if I win a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's discussion below that and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. Who's your pick to win the Xfinity race currently at the moment? I would lean toward Kyle Larson being the favorite right now, considering Larson's in this race. But will Connor Zilich, Justin Allgaier, on roll, all those guys go up there and challenge him, like Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed 2? Could they challenge? We'll just have to wait and see. If we have any major news that breaks later today, we'll have discussed it on the channel. Tomorrow, we are going to have the intros for the Brickyard 400 dropping on the channel. We're also going to have Truck Series race picks dropping as well. Then on Wednesday, we're going to have a NASCAR news. We discussed the news over the course of the last couple of days. We'll talk about that new provision for 2011 and front row that came out today on the new rules and might kind of help NASCAR in the case of the new preliminary injunction that's been potentially might be granted or not at this point. Michael Jordan being involved, that's Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Riley Herbst, all those people. And then, of course, on Thursday, we'll have Cup race picks for the Brickyard 400 and maybe the paint scheme video as well. And then on Friday, we should have a NASCAR news video dropping, and we're also going to have Truck Series reactions along other things as well. We'll have content coming out on people like Haley Ding and Shane Van Gisbergen, Cards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Ryan Preece, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Matt DiBenedetto, Savannah Bananas, you name it, Prime, KSI Logan Paul, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Cletus McFarland, Dodge, Ram, Frankie Muniz, you name it, all the good stuff we'll be talking about on the channel in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.